The internet's favorite locale, Just Pearly Things, just rage quit her own podcast after a heated argument with Brittany Renner went wrong. Now, first of all, this podcast idea with about Just Pearly Things, Brittany Renner, and others talking about sports is quite possibly the worst podcast idea ever. Like, I never knew this podcast existed before today, but even if I did know, I wouldn't have watched it, bro. Like, who wants to see a podcast between Brittany Renner, Just Pearly Things, and two fillers? Like, it's literally the worst possible podcast idea ever.
May the odds ever be in your favor. So now we're moving right along to a segment called Panel Pull Out. Pull out. I see what we did there. So each host will pull something from the internet or socials that they would like to address with that specific host.
You're about to witness how cracked backwards some women are. So they invited Just Pearly Things to be a permanent host on the podcast, having full knowledge of all the crazy things Just Pearly Things have stated on her personal platforms. However, because they were getting backlash from their woke audience for doing a podcast with Just Pearly Things, they were too cowardly to just outright confront Just Pearly Things on the podcast about things she has said in the past. They were too scared to do that. So they created a whole new segment, right, called the Panel Pullout. This was their way of confronting Just Pearly Things in a non-confrontational way, right? So the whole purpose of this panel is like you pull things from the other whole social media platforms and confront them about it. But why do you need a whole segment for this? Because they were too cowardly to confront Just Pearly Things. So they had to create a whole new segment to make it more comfortable. So, you know, it starts off, right? And Just Pearly Things goes first. And she confronts Brittany Renner about a particular post she made about women intuition.
Sounds a little messy. We're going to start with Pearl.
Sounds so messy.
We're going to start with Pearl.
I'm first?
Yes. I mean, at first, yeah.
Okay, so I saw something that you retweeted, Brittany. And it was something about it was something about female intuition.
Okay.
And I just don't think female intuition exists. I think female intuition is terrible.
I think it's terrible in what way?
We make terrible choices as women. So people will always say, "Oh, my female intuition, I knew because of my female intuition." And yeah, I don't think it's really a thing.
Well, intuition, just simply put, is heightened awareness. And so it stems from when women were at home with children and had to be tuned into what was going on. So intuition doesn't just stop at children, it's across the board. So
intuition exists in all of us based on experiences. If you are a man who's in a survival mindset, who provides and protects, then you probably have intuition when it comes to safety protocol, and you can probably spot danger based on your constant state of having to protect and provide. If you are a woman, you probably have nurturing intuition to where you can spot or know how to build communities, right? So intuition exists in all of us. I don't think we can, like divide it up based on men and women, right? It's all individualistic. However, right, even though Brittany Renner may be somewhat correct, it's her response to Just Pearly Things given pushback. Even though she created this segment and they created this segment, her and the two other women, they created this segment with the sole purpose to confront Just Pearly Things about her history, of insensitive tweets.
If you aren't tuned into your intuition, that's a you thing.
No. I just look at the choices we make,
We are you.
We as women. I mean,
let's make it about you. What kind of choices do you make?
What kind of choices do you make? Okay, what kind of choices do you make, Brittany?
But you're the one who's, we're talking, you're saying that females don't make good choices,
well, we own the majority. I have no debt, right? But women in general.
That's because you're from a rich family, girl. Congratulations, girl. You're from a rich family, so what are you talking about having no debt, girl?
If you guys are not aware, Brittany Renner is the owner of this struggle network. Like, this network is literally like a struggle network, bro. Like, the podcast equipment is piss poor. Like, the audio is off. The camera is shaky. The setting is bad. So she's the network. So she's essentially Just Pearly Things boss on this podcast that does about 2,000 views per episode. But Brittany Renner is acting like an uncontrolled, unhinged, out of the wall bird, bruh. Like, she's talking over Just Pearly Things. She's getting personal almost instantly. Can you imagine having to wake up and go to work and work for somebody like this? This is just out of control, bruh. Like, this lady needs severe help. So she gets personal and starts asking Just Pearly Things, why do you think women don't got good intuition? And when Just Pearly Things brought up the fact that women owns the majority of debt, Brittany Renner takes that personal.
In general, have a
congratulations.
Women
like, you don't get a fish don't get applauded.
I know,
for
I'm
swimming.
lucky. That's why I said I'm lucky.
Okay, so for you, so why lead with that? So why lead with that? So why lead with that?
You asked for an example, and I'm going to give it to you. Do you want me to start?
Girl, okay. Let me tell you what
let's talk about
what we're not gonna do, because you have a history of doing this. Because I'm familiar with you. Okay, girl. What you like to do is you like to say these really stupid comments, right? And then so what you do, then you like sit back and then you're like, you think you're so smart, you have this smug ass look on your face, and then you're waiting for someone to give you that like emotional, like passionate response. So then you can sit there and be super dismissive and really kind of just gaslight.
If you ever want any answer as to why women friend groups don't last, look at this video. Yo, this is the perfect example, bro. She clearly doesn't like Just Pearly Things and never did. But she invites Just Pearly Things into her space, onto her podcast as a permanent co-host, even though she didn't like Just Pearly Things, because she thought she could use Just Pearly Things for views and clout. But she's about 2 years too late. She don't know. Just Pearly Things doesn't have any clout. Just Pearly Things right now is a failing YouTuber, bro. She's washed up due to her own faults. Right, due to YouTube demonetizing her and getting her out of here. But Brittany Renner thought she could cloud chase her way to Just Pearly Things to a successful show, but it didn't work. So now, because she realizes she doesn't really like Just Pearly Things, when these conversations come up and they start disagreeing, it's really difficult for them to just disagree and have a conversation.
And I don't know, as a female.
Gaslight.
No. Yeah, do you know what that word means?
You guys use it for everything.
You guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know what's funny about using you guys is seriously, it kind of feels like the only thing that is actually feminine about you is that you have a vagina. Okay. Because I feel like, there's like a man on the panel.
Okay, and what's feminine about you, Brittany?
Everything is feminine about me.
Oh, come on. Like, I'm not trying to go personal here. So I don't know why you're trying to make this personal.
No, you made it personal when you led with, hey, I don't have any debt. I don't know. As if that's a flex because your parents have money.
You asked.
What have you actually earned for yourself?
Brittany.
Y'all see, this is why we don't engage with mentally disturbed people. Brittany Renner believes that Just Pearly Things threw a personal shot at her when discussing the debt that women is in, because Brittany Renner is in extreme debt right now due to her trying to be a gold digger and it going horribly wrong. Right? She had to move in with her mama, didn't have a car, didn't know how to pay rent, etc. Right? So because Just Pearly Things gave her a stat, she now took that personally, which is why she's now attacking Just Pearly Things. Right? Now listen, we all have our opinions on Just Pearly Things, but to paint this narrative that Just Pearly Things didn't build a really successful YouTube channel at one point and didn't build a somewhat successful brand for herself away from her parents, to even say that and actually what have she done outside of her parents, to me is just extremely dishonest.
When we actually go down to the root of why it is that we make these poor decisions, there's layers and layers and layers and layers to it. And more of it is going to come from just like the science and backing that you kind of put into collective bundles that ultimately just come from who? The white man that you were raised by.
You know what, yo, I changed my mind. Maybe putting Just Pearly Things on a panel with these social justice warriors, maybe this is TV gold, bruh. Because how did they turn the conversation about women intuition back to the white man? Yo, how do you blame the white man for women making poor decisions, bruh? Yeah, this takes skill, right? To make everything about race, to pull the race card in literally every situation and every convo, actually takes a lot of skill, bruh. Because how do your mind work like that?
So when it comes, so when
that's the reason that she doesn't have any debt.
I'm just saying. There's a certain level of understanding that's not there.
So that's not you making a decision. That's you being born into white privilege, and we need you to acknowledge that. So that's not a decision that you made. That is the way you came into this. And honestly, girl, you're a family of like 9 or 10. Like all that. That's how your dad set you up. So there are things that you genuinely did not have to experience.
Right.
You don't know. You get to sit there again. You don't even have to make any decisions. You're the same person. You are the same person that the last time I saw you accidentally. No, shut the up. Shut the up when I'm talking, and you get to go.
I don't know who made Welfare Queen Brittany, right, the boss, but y'all ain't going to heaven, homie. So Welfare Queen Brittany interrupted Just Pearly Things and then told Just Pearly Things to shut up and let her speak, even though she's hogging the conversation. Like, literally, Brittany Renner has spoke for about 95% of this conversation, and Pearl has spoke for 5%. Yo, Brittany Renner is one of those people during podcasting, bro, where they will interrupt you every chance they get, hog the mic and the airtime, and then tell you you're interrupting after they done spoke for 95% of the airtime, bro, and you're just trying to get a word in there, bro. You feel me? So eventually, man, bro, Pearl has had enough, man. Pearl said, bro, I'm not dealing with this, homie, bro. Like, I got more clout than all of y'all, bro. I shouldn't be dealing with this from any one of you guys, right? So Pearl got sick of this and just told her, bro, I'm out.
You're the same person who accidentally spent $50,000 and your dad was able to pay it off on your credit card. Yes, you did when you spent.
I didn't actually
You're the one who said an accident. I spent over my limit. That's what you said. That's what you said. So again, an unreal. That's what you said. That's what you said. The last time that I saw you. Yeah. So again, we're going back to you. Your girl. What the shit that comes? That's what I'm saying. The shit that comes out of your mouth. You literally just say whatever.
Why are you getting so mad over?
Because honestly, you're fucking delusional.
Brittany.
Don't Brittany. Go ahead.
I do think there's one thing that we have to say.
If you're gonna yell at me, I'm not gonna do the show. Like you don't have to. You don't have to scream at me. That's so disrespectful. You know, I'm not here to get like that's like you don't have to be rude. I don't.
This whole. Ain't a whole shit.
Here's what's really insane, because after Just Pearly Things left, they start to reveal that they've actually been plotting to do this the entire time. They've actually been, like, they came on this podcast looking to set up and trap Just Pearly Things into these conversations. And that they actually came with a game plan and things to confront Just Pearly Things with, even though she didn't know this is what they were trying to do. So essentially, bro, they brought Just Pearly Things on to set her up because they got backlash from people.
You can't be triggered if it's not true. And I'm mad at 30 because I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting because I went on her show. I did what I was supposed to do. I listened to her. I let her, she's a bully on her other platform. I ain't seen it yet here.
So she just admitted that the person she's been doing a show with for 4 weeks, she's been waiting to confront them. She had this underlying seething hostility towards this person that this person didn't know about. They thought they were friends. Yo, Pearl thought that her and Brittany were she's on Twitter saying, oh, how she really likes Brittany and feels like Brittany is misunderstood. But Brittany has had this underlying seething hostility within her towards Pearl that she didn't know about, right? And she was just waiting for the opportunity to bring it up. And these other women would even co-sign the fact that they've been waiting to get at Pearl. So why are y'all doing a show with Pearl if y'all been waiting to get at her? Like, this is just really dumb.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, bitch,
Brittany,
keep the same energy.
I'm gonna tell you what. Are we still recording? I hope we're still recording, because I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Fuck out of here.
I was really waiting for this moment, and I knew it was gonna be messy, but I was really waiting for this moment because I have been getting drugged for the last 24 hours for doing this show. I want everyone to know that and be clear. Yeah. I have a respected career as a journalist, and I cover a league that is predominantly Black and predominantly queer. And I have been sitting for the last 3 days next to someone who has used their platform to spear transphobia, homophobia, racism, xenophobia, and every other phobia that you can think of. And while my point was to say, hey, we can come here and still have conversations and still challenge those views, I have had people say to me, Tarika, I find it a little funny that you can talk about Caitlin Clark and how she doesn't address misogyny and bigotry and things of that nature, but you can sit next to someone who says all of those things, does all of those things, and you say nothing. And I want y'all to know that y'all are not wrong. But I was gonna have a real ass conversation today. Like, there are some things that I have to address and have to get off.
And my belief and my spirit is telling me this happened for a reason.
Yo, this is literally hilarious. Yo, now we see a perfect demonstration as to why, like, female friend groups don't last, yo. Yo, this is literally the most pettiest thing I done ever saw, bro. Why y'all even doing a show with her if you guys know that your values and her values don't align whatsoever, right? Now, the funniest part of this, bro, is when Brittany Renner says that, like, that Pearl comments is an insult towards women like her who don't F and suck for opportunities and who don't sell their dignity for money.
I feel like I represent the majority when it comes to experiencing financial woes and hardships and going through shit. And when you don't have a rich family, you don't have a sugar daddy, you aren't willing to suck, fucking swallow to get an opportunity. When you have integrity, sometimes, most of the time, I'm sorry, your pockets take a hit. So I take that personally.
Especially as a woman.
I take that personally.
As a woman.
No, fuck that. Yeah. So you gotta stand on the fucking shit that comes out your fucking mouth. If you're gonna be sitting at this desk, you're gonna tell the motherfucking truth.
If it was any other way, straight up, like if it would have been any other way, because I pretty much just got thrown for a loop the second that we, were no longer really talking about the topic, because it became like, oh shit, this just got deep. Like, I know you're sitting here like, well, I was like, get in the cat fight. and
women who don't F and suck for opportunities? This can't be the same Brittany Renner, bro. Like, who put out a manual on how to trap an athlete to get your bills paid in child support? This can't be the same Brittany Renner, bro. Right? Who proceeded to use that manual to trap a 19-year-old NBA star with a baby so she can get child support? This can't be the same Brittany Renner, bro, who's not effing and sucking for opportunities.
In my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a manual, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really dumb. I don't like talking about my history with men I'm dating, I guess until now, because most of the guys that I've dealt with are going to have more money than you. And you're going to feel a way about it. I know the male ego is fragile, like the ball sack that hangs in between your legs. Conclusion, like, I don't even.
Congratulations, man. She played herself, bruh. This is effectively the end of her podcast before it even got up off the ground, all right? This podcast isn't going to be successful, man. All right, good luck, Brittany. You played yourself, all right? Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, right? And if you're still watching, check out all my other videos, but specifically, man, check out this video right here where this obese YouTuber ruins his pathetic career in like 19 minutes. Click on this video right here as to how this pathetic obese YouTuber did a speed run in ruining a career. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks.